welcome back to the Creative Corner, and we are going to review a book today while we knit another headband because lots of people want these headbands right now, and I got a lot to make. So, we are going to review a book that is by a good author friend of mine, Tarot. Why, sir? Why? Tarot, can I remove the diamond painting from under you so you don't get stuck? Hold on. We'll move Darth Vader and Anakin. We'll move him over here for now. Say hi. Hi, I'm cute. Cat tax. There you go. All right. So the book we are going to review today is Soul Searcher by Angela Kerner. I wrote down Soul Catcher, but I'm like 95% sure that this book's name is Soul Searcher. So give me 1 second. Angela Kerner. It is Soul Searcher. Why did I write down Soul Catcher? What? Alright. Anyway, we are going to review Soul Searcher by Angela Kerner and Angelina Kerner. Oh goodness gracious, great balls of fire. Angelina, I am so sorry that I just butchered your name so many times. I am aware of what your name is. However, I have not seen you lately, and I do worry about you, because where have you been? You're not on my feed anywhere. Have you fallen off the face of the earth? Are you still hosting parties for authors? I need to know! I'm gonna have to message her later and see how she's doing because I have not talked to her in a long time, and she used to be a big name in our author tribe, and she hosted all of our parties for us on all of our release parties and stuff. And so I kind of need to check in on her and make sure she's doing cool. So I will reach out to her after this video and check in on Angelina. So this book confused me because I'm pretty sure, 78, 79% sure that I have read this book before. But it says that it was published last year in 2024. And I did not remember all the plot, but I remembered most of the plot. And so I don't know if this was a republishing or a revamping or something, but I'm pretty sure I had read this book before. It's fiction fantasy and urban fantasy with paranormal elements, okay? It was published in 2024. Pretty sure I had read it before then. I started January 10th of this year, finished it January 29th. I should have finished it before then, but I've been in a fog and I have not gotten nearly as much done as I should have. So I like this book. It's a different spin on mermaid tales. So the synopsis of this book is our main character is a medium and her friend comes to her and says, "Yo, my brother's soul has gone missing. I don't know what's going on. It didn't go to where it was supposed to go. It never went into the afterlife. It disappeared into the ocean. And souls have been doing this for a while." And so she sets out to figure out where these souls are going. But to do that, she has to become a mermaid because she can't just live in the ocean. And so her friend turns her into a mermaid, and the price for the magic is her beauty. So she's an ugly mermaid, and her hair falls out. And when the last strand of her hair falls out is when the spell breaks. And so she has to find these souls and get back to the surface before the spell wears off. All right. I think that this book is meant to show that beauty isn't everything, and internal beauty is stronger than external beauty, because our villain in here is obsessed with beauty too. She's a very vain character, and beauty seems to be a huge theme. I put that the themes in here are beauty versus soul, afterlife, death, and magic. I would recommend this book to anyone YA up, honestly. Middle grade, middle schoolers might like this book, but the main character is an adult, and middle schoolers tend to connect more with teenage characters, so I mean, it really just depends on the reader on that. This is a fantastic mermaid tale, though. The main character in here is turning 30. She's struggling with the fact that she's turning 30, and she's worried about, losing her beauty, and then she sacrifices her beauty for the sake of the mission. Um, there's a side character in here called Theo, and he's an otter. What the heck? Why can't I talk today? He's an otter, and he says otters are more clever than people give them credit for. And I had to write that down because literally right before I started reading this, I had watched a like a YouTube video about how the military had at one time tried to militarize otters because they are so smart, but it kind of backfired, and the otters became self-aware of how sneaky they were and started using their skills to basically threaten people into giving them food and stuff. And so I had to laugh at that, and I wrote that in here. But the otter is my favorite character. I love Theo. There is mixed relationships in here, children in mixed relationships, like um mermaid and human, witch and mermaid, that kind of thing. So it was pretty good. I liked it. I highly recommend it. The main setting in here is Atlantis in the ocean. Okay. And I think Angelina did a great job of describing the setting because despite it being primarily in the ocean, you could just say, they swam through the ocean because the ocean is the ocean. The ocean looks like water and vegetation, right? She took time to put detail into what Atlantis looks like, into what the ballroom of Atlantis looks like, into the swimming journey to Atlantis. She put a lot of detail into this. So on our wheel of review that we do to see what this book ranks, it has a solid 5 stars all the way across. We have 5-star in writing, 5-star enjoyment because I really did love it, 5-star in setting, 5-star in readability, 5-star in plot, and 5-star in characters. So it just swept the board, this one. So it's 115 pages, so it's not like a super long book. Like I said, it should not have taken me 19 days to finish this book. All right. The only reason it took me that long to finish this book is because I got sick and things came up and I was working, and then basically I set the book down and didn't have time to pick it back up. But otherwise, I would have read this straight through. It's a really easy read. It's a really good read. It's got the feels of Little Mermaid, but it's done different because like she's not after the main character doesn't want to be human and leave her world. She doesn't want to be mermaid and leave her world. It's not that kind of thing. But the way that she does her mermaids, the way she describes them dancing in the ballroom and stuff, made me think of Atlantica from The Little Mermaid, and it was a wonderful little nostalgic theme. What's it called? Um, Air, I guess. No. Why am I blanking? Oh my gosh, guys, my brain has decided to just quit today for some reason. What is it? We're gonna go with vibes. That's the only word that's sticking. It's got nostalgic vibes. It does have a happy ending. The ending is kind of left open to the point that she could continue this story if she really wanted to. And the cover is beautiful. It's done in pinks and blues, and it's got this gorgeous, intricate it's a thing that has sand in it and it falls down. It's an hourglass. It has an hourglass, an intricate hourglass on the cover. Y'all, my brain. Like, what is this nonsense? So anyway, go pick up Soul Searcher by Angelina Kerner and give it a read, especially if you like fantasy. I marked it as urban fantasy because it does take place in the modern world. Though most of the story takes place in Atlantis and could arguably just be arguably 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 be called fantasy just because of the fact that it's mostly underwater in Atlantis. Part of it does take place in our modern world, and the ending does, and the beginning does. So I did mark it as urban fantasy on that. But yeah, YA plus would like this. Teenage girls would adore this, I believe. middle school girls might. Like I said, it's just because the main character is approaching 30s that I don't know if they would relate to her in that concept. But it's only mentioned a couple times. So theoretically, a middle school girl could pick this up and could still enjoy the story because it's not a huge part of the story that she is a mature adult, and it reads like her age could have been anything, okay? Like, she could have decided that she was 17, she could have decided that she was 40. It literally, she's very timeless, the main character is. So I do think that middle school girls would like this. Obviously not an elementary book just because it's a longer story and would be harder for them to read, but it is a good one. So go pick it up and give her an awesome review because Angelina deserves all the reviews she can get. She has done so much for the indie author community in general. She's helped us all out a lot. And I know that the last couple of years have been hard for her from the last time I talked to her, they had been hard for her. And so I'm gonna go check on her and see how she's doing because the last we chatted, her son had published a book. Um he's an author. He had written a story about some blue boots, and then he had written another one that was going to be published, but I don't think I picked up the second book yet. And he's a first grader, I think. She's helping him with it. But I'm going to go check with her, go check on her, and make sure she's doing awesome because where is this woman? Like, she's like the leader of our author tribe, and she is falling off the face of the planet, and I'm going to go look at her. Go look at her? Oh my god, I'm not going to stalk you, Angelina. Forgive everything that is coming out of my mouth today. Forgive it all. Okay? Just take the review for what it is and pretend that I know how to speak like a normal human being today and not like a skinwalker or something pretending to be a human being. So I was considering doing a second review today, but the way that my brain is working, I think we're going to hold off on a second review today and we will do it another day. But we do have several more reviews coming up. The next one I have planned is going to be a harder review for me to do because it unlocks some things from my family's history that never thought I'd find in a book. Like, to this in-depth of similarities, I guess. It was kind of creepishly similar, like almost like someone knew about something and took it and put it in there. But I'm pretty sure that I don't know the author. So anyway, go pick up Soul Searcher, guys, and I hope you have a great day. And let me know what your favorite mermaid book of all times is. All right, drop it in the comments. Tell me your favorite mermaid story, or let me know what you think about our new intro because I thought we needed one, and so I made one. So, peace, guys. Love y'all. Have a great weekend.